Greetings. This is Skyler Saunders seeing what's current. Today, I want to talk about Nicki Minaj's new album, Pink Friday 2. I listened to the whole thing. I enjoyed it. I'm going to try to give a breakdown of what the features and the different concepts that went into the album. I'm leaving the house. And I just wanted to, express how it's I'm not going to try to compare her original and this current project. On the original, I had some of my favorite cuts were Fly, Blazing, and of course Moment for Life. That's my favorite Nicki Minaj song. That's one of my top favorite songs of all time. I love that song. It's a great song. Now we have Pink Friday 2 just released today, hot off the presses. I mean, are there any more presses? Are they still pressing up CDs? I guess they are, but I don't. Whoever's buying them is probably a genius because they're probably going to be phased out, and they're probably not going to be using them, just like VHS tapes and what's his name? Pete Davidson did was buy like thousands of unopened VHS tapes, and he's using them as like investments for one day because he figured out said one VHS that was unopened. I don't remember what title it was, but it went for like $30,000. So he's like hedging himself against financial ruin with VHS tapes. So it could be the same thing with CDs. Anyway, Nicki Minaj in the game, still in the game, a veteran of the game, been in it over a decade. Still doing her thing. I have nothing but respect for her. Some things I don't like about her, but for the most part, I do respect her grind. I respect her grizzly. I respect what she stands for, what she represents. So let's get into it. First song on the album is called "Are You Gone Already?" and this is a non-explicit song. Most of the songs, there's only 3 songs I think out of 22, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure. Yeah, 22. There's only 3 songs that are non-explicit. Not to say that she has to have every song explicit, just pointing it out as a fact. But it's already "Are You Gone Already?" It shows off Nicki's solo singing skills. She's not like she's not gonna be Aretha Franklin on a track or something like that. We're not expecting Nicki to be like that, or even Beyonce or something like that, or Rihanna, Robin, Fenty. But she holds her own. She does her own vocal. She has her own vocal range. I'm sure they do a little doctoring in the studio. She doesn't use the autotune for one, but it still works. I think she pulls it off. Barbie Dangerous. Now this is an interesting cut because she uses Biggie's flow from the Bone Thugs and Harmony song, "Spit Your Game, Talk Your, Grab Your Gat, Call Your Click," and she uses that to great effect. I have to admit, she does a great job, balancing the beat, going in between the notes, and coming out with some devastating blows in terms of lyricism. I thought that was pretty good. This is where it gets interesting. This is where I thought was kind of random when she got on the line with Soulja Boy on his Instagram saying like J. Cole didn't say any derogatory or insults against Soulja Boy. I thought it was kind of random at the time, saying that Nicki Minaj would come to J. Cole's defense. But it was obviously because they had collaborated. I didn't know that. They probably said that on a hip hop zine on the web somewhere, but I missed it. That was my dumb ass. But it's called "Let Me Calm Down." And J. Cole, he has his own flow. He has that, he has like a rapid fire / slow flow at the same time. It's like a combination of the two, and he makes it work. I can't hate. I'm not hate. It's hard, to hate. I can't hate on anybody just to hate on them. I think they mesh together well. They have great, styles and different flows that match. So I think that was great. R&B. This features Wayne. Wayne says the P word 7 times in his verse. So He's not far, going far away from his material, his base. He's used to saying it over and over. So it's just one of, like almost like a quirk of his, to mention it so many times. Like it's like one time, two times, three times, four times, five times, six times, seven times. Yes, okay, we got the picture. You know, we can understand what that is. We understand that's the part of the female anatomy. We get it. But no, he puts in a solid, effort as well. And Tate Cobain is another person that's featured on this song, and I say it's a point that Wayne still has a way of saying the same thing in a new way, over and over and over. All right, so Drake appears on the album. He has a cut with Nicki, that really reminds me of his dancehall vibes. Let's see what it's. It is Needle. Needle is the name of the song. It reminds me of One Dance and many of Drake's others dancehall inflected songs. I'm trying to find out what. Let me see. Okay. Trying to find his one song. Too Good. I'm Just Too Good for You. So he's just singing. He doesn't rap. He doesn't have a rap flow. Just singing on this track. So I think it's okay. It's not anything too extraordinary. Nicki Minaj doesn't really blow off the roof with this one. It's in the pocket. We have next Lil Uzi Vert. Now Lil Uzi Vert reminds Nicki of a young Lil Wayne. So she has like an affinity towards Lil Uzi Vert. She credits him with being one of the leaders of the new school, leaders of the new wave, and they have a hot song. This is my favorite song I think so far. If not the whole playlist. It's called Everybody, and they chop up. I think it's Junior. Who is Junior? I think it's Junior. Hold on, let me make sure. Everybody. Junior, Senior, yeah. Junior, Senior is Everybody. Move Your Feet. That's the song by Junior, Senior. So I think it works definitely. It's a hot track. It definitely sends a message. It's very very compelling and fun. It's just fun. I just think it's got that same beat that like most drill rappers use, and I think it just is fun. It's just a lot of fun. It's a good dance record. It's a good something to put on the dance floor. That's what you get when you're partying. You're at the club, or you're at the dance. It's a good song to dance to. Okay, so and it's Big Difference is another song. It's another chance to go back to the same grimy beats and competitive rhymes. That's what is part of Nicki Minaj's aesthetic. She has like some really greasy, lyrics and over some harsh beats, but then she'll come out with Starships or something like that. It's like she'll hit you with whoa, it's like a splash of water to the face, and you're just completely taken aback. It's it's part of the whole game. I think she does that well. I think she has like a great way of balancing pop, R&B, rap, all that all together and making a final product that's efficient and cool. It's just fun, just cool and fun. This isn't a single, but I heard this title before. I'm trying to remember where I first heard it. Red Ruby the Sleaze. It's more poppy, dance grooves with a Lumity sample. It's got the sample on it. If you remember, if anybody's as old as dirt is like me, Lumity was a singer in 2003. She's a one-hit wonder, really. She came out with the song "Uh-Oh," and it had, I think it was featured with Busta Rhymes, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure of that. But it came out in 2003. It came out exactly 20 years ago, and it still has a hot track. And doom doom ticka doom ticka doom ticka doom ticka doom ticka doom. I gotta stop doing that. But yeah, it's another hot track. It's another good showing for Nicki Minaj. She has great ideas. That she definitely mapped this particular offering out. I think she did it very well. I think she did a credible job, incredible job. Beyond credible. She definitely put in the work on this one. Okay, so we have. There's one line from the song. Salute to you, Rick James. I see you out there, sir. Where did I spell spirit wrong? It's spelled right. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about it's spelled Spirit Smooth Tunes. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I have no clue what you're talking about. You spelled spirit wrong in the title, but hold on. Oh, in the title. Okay, thank you for showing me that. I appreciate it. Thank you. In the title. Okay, I got it. I cleared it up. Thank you. Appreciate that. See, I appreciate that, Rick James. Sometimes my dumb ass just misses stuff. I don't know. I gotta get help for that. I guess I don't know, but I appreciate that. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I thought it was in the Spirit Smooth Tunes. That's money right there. Spirit Smooth Tunes. I don't want to ever misspell his name. He's definitely one of my top contributors of all time. So, if not the top contributor of all time. I was gonna say she has a Kelly Bundy line that kind of seems flat. I think Wayne already had a dumb like Kelly Bundy song, so it's like it's kind of redundant. It's kind of her own label mate or slash best friend had a song with that in the title and the lyrics already, so that was kind of whack. But overall, I love the song. It's pretty cool. Forward from Trini is her roots, is her Trinidadian roots or her Trini roots. It's another Caribbean entry reflecting Nicki's heritage. That's basically what she represents. The West Indies, the island nations, different things like that. She definitely represents for that. She was born in America. No, wait a minute. I don't think she was born in America. Let me get 100% sure. Let me make sure. Yeah, she wasn't born in America. She was born in St. James, Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. She's not an FBA. She's not ADOS. But she represents black people in America nevertheless. Rick James, since you pointed out the title was wrong, could you point out a few dollars my way? Can you point out a 10 or 20 piece? I'd appreciate it. All right, so I got a few more. There's a Cyndi Lauper sample with girls. It's she has Pink Friday Girls. The Cyndi Lauper song "Girls Just Wanna Have Fun." That song. I thought that was kind of cool. I liked it. It's very poppy. It's very fresh, and you can go to the tune of it. You can go snap your fingers and do your step. You can do it all by yourself. Let me see you do it. Okay, I'm doing too much. But again, it seems like A skating track for the ladies only. When we have at the skating rink. I remember when we were kids. I don't know if they do this for adults, but I remember when we were kids, we would have a specific song for the ladies just to dance to. The young women, they would just be on the floor, and then we had our own dance. I'm talking about it was the girls' song. It was Scrubs. They would skate to that, and then we would skate to Pigeons. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. The number one single, Super Freaky Girls. This is one of her, number one singles. She came close with Anaconda. She came in at number 2. She was like, God damn it, I gotta come out with another, sample from the 80s and 90s and come back, much harder this time. So she did. She came back and it charted at number 1. Super Freaky Girls. It's a decent track. She doesn't show off too much verbal dexterity, but she holds her own. She holds she's in the pocket. It's probably the most accessible track on the whole album. That's probably why it was number 1. And Everybody would probably be the next accessible song. It represents the versatility of rhymes and witty lines. Of raunchy rhymes and witty lines. That's what I wrote. I just took notes, of the songs. Bomb Bomb. Why was this a problem? My terrible memory. Terrible memory. Bomb Bomb was a problem for some reason, but it reverts back together with hard bars. But I'm going to try to look up why Bomb Bomb was an issue. I'm looking up right now. I'm on Genius. It said, this is a while ago. Bomb Bomb is an unreleased song that Nicki Minaj previewed on her Instagram Live October 10, 2023. Nicki explained that the song was scrapped because she didn't like it for her album. The song will likely be released as it was included in a poll on X, along with other songs that she previewed. So it made the album. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of weird. That's the reason why it was so controversial, because she wasn't going to include it on the album. She must have changed her mind, obviously. My Life, a Blondie single, sample. It's a mixture of singing and Nicki, singing Nicki and rapping. I do like this song. It's another kind of like pop single. Well, not single, but pop entry into the album. It fares well, I think. Next is Nikki Hendrix, and it feels like a new age ballad with Future. I never understood Future that much. I never really was like, oh, I gotta get that. I gotta listen to that playlist that Future has. And the reason why is because I don't do recreational drugs. I have psychiatric drugs, and he talks about lean and Xanny, Addy, Percocets, Zap, Adderall, and all that. So he's not really one of my top rappers because I don't really follow his stance. And the irony of it is he's not even rapping on this track. He's really doing his singing thing. I'm sure with help from the engineers and in the studio. Wait, Keith, we didn't talk about it? I could have sworn we talked about it. That's yesterday, sir. So, sir, you have to check my show from yesterday. We're not going to talk about it. It's yesterday was a very dour, very sad kind of day, and a happy day because it was Delaware's birthday. We're not going to talk about Pearl Harbor today, sir. I know you want to mention it. You can mention it in the live chat if you like, but I'm not going to talk about it. Blessings. This is Nicki's one of her non-explicit songs on and from the intro, Are You Going Already? And also what is it? Last time I saw you. Those are the 3 songs that are not, explicit. And this was her chance to show that she's a believer, She loves the Lord Jesus with all their heart and all their soul and all their mind. But she can get down and talk about, her pee popping and her, super freak and all that. I just love that dichotomy. I just love how we're in that era. We're in that time period. It's been like that for the past few centuries, actually. People, go out on Friday and Saturday night and then go to the feet of the Father on Sunday morning, or go out on Sunday evening and after church. Go to the club. Go to a strip club. Throw up some hundreds when you should be throwing ones. But no, the gospel singer Tasha Cobbs Leonard adds to the confused and conflicted nature of hip hop to be both mystical and material without the mind. Because you can be, material, you just have to recognize that it came from the mind. That's one of the key things. And also, last time I saw you, like I mentioned, and I think to wrap up the album, Nicki chose Just the Memories, and I found that is a sign that reminds the world that Nicki has a sugar and gas in her tank. So she's sweet, but she's strong at the same time. She's very, very gifted on the mic. Pause. I guess, is that a hetero pause? I don't know. We use it so much, it's like crazy. But out of 10 out of 10, I'll give 10 being the best, 1 or 0 being the worst. I'll give it a solid 8.5. I felt it. I felt, that this was. I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going to compare her, first effort, Pink Friday, to this one, but it is a a very good offering. It's a if not excellent. It's like if you wanted to do the scale of A to F, A being best, F being the worst, I give it a B plus, A minus. She gave her entirety to this. Very few features, very few female features. It's mainly guys: J. Cole, Drake, Lil Uzi Vert, Future, among others, Lil Wayne. So she definitely, included, the male perspective in all of this. But salute to Nicki, for her efforts. I truly do believe that she's one of the best to ever come out of the womb of hip hop. And she knows her audience. She knows her barbs. Her barbs are going to be, all over this. They're going to be like, oh, this is the best album of all time. Like, the barbs are serious about this. She has to tell them to, keep them on a short leash, because they're like, for anybody, you're going at, watch how you say and watch what you do. Don't threaten anybody. Don't, say anything. She has to tell her own fans. These are fans. These are fanatics. They're not just supporters. The Beehive, Navy, Monsters, Swifties, all of them, they're fanatics, okay? They're not just fans or supporters. They're fans and there's fanatics. So the barbs are included in that as well. But that's just like my my whole intention on saying it, because it's a totally different world. It's like I remember waking up. I think I got it for Christmas, Pink Friday, and the whole idea of getting the gift that you wanted, and I think I got Kanye West My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy around the same time. And you're all geared up. You unwrapping the packaging. The packaging is wonderful. You get to read the credits and the notes and everybody like that. Now it's like shit. It's out. You can get it on the streaming services. Do what you got to do. It's a totally different feel. That was just 13 years ago. 13 years, and look how we evolved, or maybe devolved. But nobody's opening up CDs anymore, because CDs, I mean, are expensive for one, and they take up space in your house. You have to put them somewhere, You have to put them on big CD racks. If anybody remember, I might be talking about some old. I'm in my rocking chair. I'm in my rocking chair. Well, boy, we had these things called CDs, and then what you do is you put them into this little contraption here, and you put down the lid, and then you press play, and then like so. For anybody that might be too young to understand what I'm saying, have never really realized what a CD, a compact disc is. I'm more so worried about other CDs. I'm thinking about certificates of deposit, those CDs. But yeah, so yeah, I got it, Keith. They're also known as wind talkers. I know, I got it. But we're not talking about that tonight. We're talking. We gotta keep it on track. Keep it on focus. It's a new day, December 8th. It's a new day. Let's keep it on focus. And remember to bring in at least 3 people every show. Bring in at least 3 people so I can have my views go up, and so I can have more likes. And right now, I see 3 people viewing and 3 likes. That's what I see. That's what I see. So I would like to see 30,000 viewers and at least 20,000 likes. If I can't get all of them. But no, it's very it's very engaging to have somebody as talented as Nicki Minaj, and who is an icon. She is an icon. She is mastered the craft. And like I said, she's not like Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott can write a song, she can produce a song, but she's mainly known for her videos, which are not really art, they're commercials. She has, different lyrics that aren't, they don't really hold up. They don't white don't wham thing. And go downtown and eat it like a vulture. Excuse me. That's some other shit right there. So you have to have people like Nicki Minaj, who's an actual lyricist. She actually is a bona fide strong lyricist. She has a strong pen, as they like to say. She definitely holds her own. Like I've said previously, she has her own style. She has her own way of conveying it, and you gotta respect her for that. She's definitely one of the best to ever do it. And she does hosting duties. She hosted the MTV VMAs. She didn't have to do that. She'd be like, you know what? I'm above that. I'm not hosting no show. No, she said, look, I'm gonna host the show. I'm not gonna be in the audience this time. I'm gonna perform. I gotta respect that. That's something cool about her. She's good looking. She's a very good looking woman. Not the most beautiful, but she's good looking. And she has a nice body. I mean, I'm not into large derrieres as much. I like my women slim and thick, or just slim and trim and fresh from the gym, kind of like that. But beyond that, I try not to indulge in large cabooses. So I enjoyed Pink Friday too. It's a great sequel. This is one of the things. It's like sometimes sequels are like but sequels that are champion, that are come out and best the original. I just compared it, didn't I? Yes, I did. But I'm not saying that it did in best it, but it came out with a strong showing. So you have to give her due, give her respect on that, give her sense of idealism regarding her work, because it's phenomenal. I think it's a great work. It has the somber moments, it has the poppy moments, it has the rough and rugged, it has the real sexy, real slinky kind of rhymes. and I just enjoyed almost every bit of it. Not every bit of it, but almost every bit of it. So again, salute to Nicki Minaj. Keep doing your thing, girl. And I'm going to keep looking for those great cuts. All right. It is December 8th, 2023, the year of your Lord. Are you in the Christmas spirit yet? Are you? I should be asking, are you still in the Christmas spirit? Some people started the Christmas spirit October 31st, 11:59 p.m. I'm not in the Christmas spirit. I'm just not. I don't know why. I just don't have that cozy, homey, gleeful, happy, giddy kind of understanding of it. Maybe it'll come later. Maybe in a few days I might be like, yeah, I'm starting to feel the day. I mean, there were some things that happened to me that were very nice, very, not altruistic, but very, selfish. And on one lady's part, she was like, let my dad go ahead of her because we had fewer items. I just like those little, nuggets of, truth. I don't know if in her mind she was saying, well, I got my, Christian marks off for today. I let that be known. Black Cuddy. Black Cuddy's in here. Salute to Black Cuddy. I respect you, sir. Thank you very much for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like button, sir. Make it 4 likes for me. I'd appreciate it. So I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the Christmas vibe yet. My dad did an excellent job with the house. The house looks immaculate. It looks very Christmassy. Get out of here. I didn't even know that. That is true, though, isn't it? That's 2 back-to-back days that are kind of dark. December 8th, 1980, the day John Lennon got assassinated. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. Yeah, I think on in 2020 they had some kind of 30th year remembrance of him. But yeah, so thank you for telling me that. And thanks for the like. I appreciate that. If you don't bring money, and if you don't bring somebody that you know, a friend, a family member, something like that, or just somebody off the street that says, "Hey, who was that goofy nigga with the hat and the tie?" At least hit that like button. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, so I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the vibes yet. Even though the house looks great, we're planning. That's what I think is going to be the change in my spirit. It's probably going to be the exchange of, well, not the exchange, the giving or the trade of gifts to my niece and nephew. I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to see their eyes light up. Can't wait to see them, understand the reason for the season is trading. That's the reason for the season, not Jesus, not giving, because everybody says the reason the season is to give. Well, somebody's got to receive, so why is it just give? If you give something, somebody's going to receive it, so obviously they have to be on the same par. They have to have some kind of stature on the same level. It's weird. It's goofy. So respect to Black Cuddy. I see him in the chat room. So it's very goofy. It's weird. It's a weird situation because like they treat Christmas like they treat Thanksgiving on the 26th. Christmas is like, all right, it's over. Open up my gifts or whatever. It's over. Done with. I'm out of here. Boom. It's a wrap. And it's all about going to New Year's Eve party. I gotta go to the New Year's Eve party. Oh my God. New Year's Eve is the one of the only eves besides maybe Halloween and maybe Christmas Eve, which is the most celebrated. Nobody cares about New Year's Day. New Year's Day is a hangover day. You drank too much, you're on the couch, you got NyQuil, you got Pepto-Bismol next to you, you got some Advil. You're watching marathons of the Twilight Zone and all the other TV shows. and you're not even focused on what's going on. So that's the issue with that. You know, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I'm bah humbugging it right now. I'm really Scrooging it. I'm feeling like Scrooge until we actually go over there and give gifts. I don't want any gifts. We're doing no gifts for adults. That's what my understanding is. My dad and my stepmom and my stepbrother and his husband may sneak up. L Boogie. Okay. L Boogie. I was telling everybody, if you can't bring a friend, if you don't bring money to the show, at least hit that like button. I need to go up to 5. I see 4 right now. So if you're not a contributor on the money side, at least put up a like in the like section. So there's that. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I want to feel it. I felt a little bit of it in Thanksgiving. I felt a little bit of, it was a change of pace. We didn't, my dad didn't cook. Thank you for the 5 likes. I appreciate that. But my dad was like, he's not built, cooking a whole supper again. He cooks super suppers. He used to cook when I was a kid. There wasn't a meal we missed. We didn't miss a meal. We didn't miss one meal. And when it came time for Thanksgiving and Christmas, Easter, he went all out. He made the turkey, he made the stuffing, the gravy, the everything, macaroni and cheese with the pepper and that brown layer. Everybody knows about that brown layer. You know what I'm talking about? That brown layer on top of the yellow. You don't know about that brown layer on top of the yellow macaroni and cheese. You don't know what you're talking about. Black Cuddy says, I'm not feeling the season also. I'm still recovering from last Christmas. Yeah, hey, I know what you mean. It's a weird vibe. I think the vibe in the air is just like, I mean, we got 2 wars going on that are major. And it's just, they're not, the people that are in Israel, some Israelis don't even celebrate Hanukkah. Some of them are atheists or, objectivists. And if they weren't atheists or objectivists, they would celebrate Christmas anyway, because Christmas is just cooler. It just is. I studied Hanukkah. It's back from the Maccabees. They thought that one candle on the oil would last for a day. It ended up lasting 8 days. And like Louis Black, a Jewish comedian performer, he said, what you get, Christmas, yeah, well, whatever, that's great, yeah. And it's like Hanukkah. It's like, I got pencils and socks and underwear. It's a back to school holiday. Like, like that's him saying, I never experienced Hanukkah outside of school. They showed us dreidel, I made you out of clay. Like they taught us about that. They taught us about, the menorah. And this is what I like about religion. Even though I hate religion, the only thing I can kind of understand about religion is that everything has a name. Everything. The candle that lights the other candles, the menorah itself, the days have a name. Everything has a name. I like that. I just like, that's just a little part of me that I enjoy, that things that have names. Have, the curls that Jewish men wear. Those aren't just curls. There's a name for that. The yarmulke, what that mean, and everything doesn't just have a name. It has a meaning. There's a name and a meaning attached to everything regarding whatever faith you have. I mean, there's something like in the Catholic faith, there's also a name and meaning for everything that they do as well. And speaking of Catholic, I mean, I don't think I've ever went to a mass before, but I heard, those are, kind of moving. And we have to admit, even though you're an atheist, you have to live in the world of people that are not atheists, because the majority of people in this country of America and the world are not atheists. They're theists. They're believers. They're the faithful. So we have to have that understanding as well. So I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling Christmas. I'm not. I want to get to that day. It's the 8th of December. People have already put up. We put up our Christmas tree. Like I said, the house is already decorated. You know, my dad's trying to put everything together. But outside of that, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all. At all. I think it's probably too warm. It's not like really frigid. It's like in the 30s. It's like in the mid 40s, I think. It's not like too cold and blustery. And it's not. We had our first taste of snow. It didn't stick though. You know, some pretty big flakes came down, but it didn't stick on the ground at all. But I'm not feeling it. I'm just not. I'm not feeling it. I'm not. I want to get to that point where I can almost have a tear in my eye from watching It's a Wonderful Life, which is a great movie with a terrible theme. You know, his whole life he squanders, he sacrifices his whole life, and you know, exploring the world and being, you know, engaged in life and everything like that, to just end up as, you know, a low level banker and barely scrape by and have an incompetent uncle. You know, I'm not going to give too much away, but his whole, you know, Jimmy Stewart's whole character was, you know, based on, you know, living for others and not caring for himself, and that's what was his undoing. That was his whole downfall, I think, and the reason why he wanted to, you know, unalive himself, as I'll say. But that's all I'm going to say. Because you might not have seen it. Very few people haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's an excellent movie how it's constructed, but the themes are all backwards. It's all vicious, very backward themes. I mean, but at the end, you know, last year I almost, you know, it was like kind of got me. That almost got me, almost had me. I was feeling some type way, but I didn't let it tear fall. Couldn't see a tear coming down my eye, so I let the movie cry. And you know, and just to go out into the world and to, you know, see what's going on in different places, and having that sense of, you know, unity and understanding of people, and trading. That's the whole idea of trading, not giving, not even receiving, but just trading, giving and receiving. You offer something, you get something in return. Even if, like I'm saying, I'm giving stuff to my nephew and nieces, they're not giving me a damn thing back. But I'm getting, you know, physically, you know, materially, but spiritually, they're giving me a whole lot back. Like I said, I can't wait to see their eyes glow and, you know, say thank you, Uncle Skyler, and stuff like that. Like, that's something I'm probably gonna get the Christmas spirit from. You know, just to see them have, you know, a piece of Christmas. Because, like I said, my dad made sure we had Christmas. My sister and I will still remember this. You know, it'll be like, you know, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and we'll just go down the stairs and look under the tree, and like all these boxes are, you know, piled up on each other, and you know, all this stuff. We just that memory I'm telling you right now. Just the fact that I remember that. You know, it's just those little moments in life. And you know, at the time, you know, a lot of people were alive in my life. My grandparents were both, all 4 of them were alive. My great grandmother was alive, you know, during my lifetime. So I was very fortunate to have people come into my life and, you know, share those moments. And I treasure those moments now because they're gone. You know, all of them are gone. All my grandparents, my great grandmother, they're all gone. So it's like you have to have those moments and for the season, because you never know when anyone could be checked out. I mean, I could check out, but you know, anyone around me could lose. I just lost my uncle. This is the first Christmas that my cousins are gonna be without their dad. This is the 13th Christmas without my mother. So I think it's just a sense that we all have, that really knocks at your mind. I don't like to say knocks at your heart. At your heart. Heart is a glorified pump. That's all it is. It's not about the heart. It's not about the heart. It's about the mind. It's about thinking. It's about thought. That's where your emotions are processed through the channels in in the synapses that fire, and the different regions of your brain that produce different chemicals. That's what it's all about. Just experiencing the holidays like that, experiencing the people around you, or not the people around you. You can be completely by yourself. And you don't have to say bah humbug and you're all alone. You can be like Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all day. And you can be in your own home, and you can go out into the world and as a single person and still enjoy the holidays. And I was trying to figure out my favorite holiday album. It was I have no idea what the title is called. I can't find. I've been looking on the internet for so long, but it was I think it was something like Soul Christmas or something like that. But that's the one that I love to play. I love to have that play. During the time of Christmas. It was wonderful. And what makes it a close second is, hold on, y'all gonna laugh at this. Y'all gonna laugh at me. Faith. Kenny G's Faith from 1999. Hold on, man. I might be wrong. Hold on. Yeah, Faith, a holiday album. Great album. Kenny G on, what is it, the clarinet? Excellent album. Great. I'd say pick it up. Or look for streaming services and listen to it. Look for it on YouTube, something like that. But I'd say listen to it. Receive that word through with no words. It's all instrumental. The whole thing is instrumental. It's all Kenny G. He has a time capsule at the end that is very moving, very moving. All Lang Syne. It's very emotional because it goes through a whole 100 years at least of history, and I think it ends on Columbine, and it's very moving. It's very emotional. So I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it yet. I'm not at that point. Maybe when we have, whatever meal we have or something like that. Maybe when we have, the time that we spend together, and we exchange stories and ideas and thoughts, that could be it. Maybe the atheist, again, going to church, that could be a spark. That could spark my spirit. Because, of course, it's just like anything. There is no God, but there's only humans that can create, can build, and make, different things based off of ideas. Because animals don't have the capacity for ideas. They may have emotional capacity. They may have, they don't have an intellect. It's a difference. But I think that the exchange of tales and stories and of long ago, as they say, or they say tales of the glory and tales of stories from long ago, and the songs. That's probably one of the best parts. You have so many Christmas songs. There's song after song after song, and they just resonate. They just hit you hard. They hit you, it hit you in the gut sometimes because they're so beautiful. Some songs like Ave Maria, that's soul stirring. It really hits. It packs a punch in that way, emotionally. And Ave Maria is such a versatile song. It can be played at weddings, funerals, Christmas time. It's very versatile. But I'm just not feeling it. I'll say it again. I'm just not feeling it. It's December 8th, 2023. What are we going to do? How am I going to find the spirit, y'all? How am I going to find the Christmas spirit? Do I have to watch Christmas movies? Do I have to watch The Shop Around the Corner by Franz Lubitsch? Is that what I have to do? I have to watch, classic films like that? Do I have to watch The Christmas Story, which is very classic because it has so many different elements? If you've never seen A Christmas Story, just mute me right now. Don't go off. At least hit the like button before you go away. But just realize the fact that so realize the fact that there's so many different elements. There's the pink bunny suit. There's the lamp, the leg lamp. There's the Chinese singers. There's the tongue on the pole. There's the running joke. You'll shoot your eye out. I mean, it's just such a pivotal, very contained and classical rendering of what the holidays can be. And that's just a few things. I didn't name all of them, but it's a great movie. They have 24 hours of it, with commercials, of course, but you can watch the whole thing. I remember we watched it in 6th grade. We watched it in the auditorium. That was pretty cool, So that's what I remember. This Christmas spirit. I do remember that Christmas spirit around school time. When I was in school, when I was like in 6th and 7th grade and stuff like that. I remember the time where that was a moment for realizing what it really meant to be in the Christmas spirit. Because you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's about to be, we get a whole, they call it winter break, of course. I'm sure my parents called, they said Christmas break, but now you have to be politically correct. You have to be woke and say winter season intermission or something like that. It's like real goofy and stuff like that, but it's a different vibe. It's a totally different vibe. It's a totally different set of ideas, and totally different way of looking at the world. When you're that young, when you're that young, you're like, man, I can't wait to see what my gifts are gonna be. I can't wait to see. Oh, I'm gonna get that new outfit, and I'm gonna get these new sneakers. Oh man, I'm gonna be the flyest one in school. I mean that. Christmas can become a back to school holiday because you're wondering what you're going to be wearing for the winter into the spring, and so you're just you're readying yourself, you're preparing yourself for a bountiful harvest and a bountiful a bevy of different gifts to be given to you. So that's what's so engrossing. One person stepped in here, whoever it is, you either got money, you got a friend or friends, or you got a like. So hit that like button. Don't forget about that like button. If you don't got money or friends, at least hit the like button. Whoever you are. I have 5 likes on my end and 2 people viewing. So whoever you are, make sure you hit that like button. Helps out their algorithm. I got my LeBron story's got 1.4 thousand views on it. That's second to my Dame Dash story a few weeks ago that has 6,000 views. That's the most I've ever had. So this is just that might get okay. You're back. All right, I see you, Rick James. Okay, so that just might be my highlight of the year. The fact that I had 6,000 views, and I know that is paltry to many people. People make 6,000 views in 10 minutes. I'm not even kidding. But it's a hard slog for me because I'm not trained professionally or anything like that. But I can make some people laugh and hopefully make people think. That's part of the Christmas story to me, Christmas spirit to me, I think. Rick James says the biggest story is the Paul Rubin story. No, it's not. I only had like 200 or something like that, or maybe less. It was like in it was in the low hundreds, I think. Wasn't my biggest story. It's my biggest live story. I'll give you that credit, or my own credit. It was my biggest live. I had like 239 people in there at one time. No, it wasn't a couple thousand. I can send you a link to the Paul Rubin story. I'll do that some other time. But it wasn't a couple thousand. I'll tell you that much, sir. But I appreciate you, for sticking on this long. You're the only person I think that I met that day that still is going on with my platform. So I appreciate you, Rick James. I might be getting the Christmas spirit because of you. I don't know. How about Do You Walk with Jesus story? That had a lot of views. No, I don't think I had like maybe tens of views, maybe like 70 to 80. To be honest, I'm not even sure, but I do remember that story. Do You Walk with Jesus? I do remember that. But yeah, it didn't have that many as well. The Dame Dash story. I don't. It's up to the YouTube gods, the algorithm. The YouTube God, dictates what happens with your stories. That story just went up 6,000 views, and like closest to 1,000, 1.4 thousand. It's still counting, by the way. It's still gaining traction. Rick James says, I only get in the Christmas spirit when my girlfriend puts on her Mrs. Claus outfit and ties me up. Now you're going a little far there. I don't need to know all your history, your bedroom, your bedroom traffic stories. But I appreciate it, Rick James. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for sticking around. I really do. And you did what I said. You didn't give the money. You've never given any money, but you brought, and sadly to say, somebody that you dislike now, but you brought him on nonetheless, and I do appreciate that. I do recognize that, and I do respect that. I honestly do, from the mind. People say, "Oh, from my heart." Oh, from my heart. No, it's from the mind. So okay, Rick James is in here. Who is the second person? And if it's not somebody that isn't already checked in, make sure you check that like button. If you're coming into the show right now, make sure you hit that like button so I can get 6 likes. I know, where's Hype with his pledge? That's a good point. I'm gonna just give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he's dealing with something serious. But I'm glad you remembered. Yeah, he did say that. Hype did say he had a pledge. He already gave $25, so he's good money. He's good money. He gave me over $50 in October and November, but he still owes $25 to be in the 50 club. Maybe he's sitting on his hands. I don't know. Maybe he is, but I don't know. But Hype, you owe me, man. But I'm gonna wait till Sunday. I'll give him till Sunday. That's when it's a new week. He said it, during this week, but maybe during, this time Sunday. But here's a little bit of news, folks. I was able to get something I should have got a long time ago. My dumbass. Real slow. I'm slow. I got one of those wall adapters. One of those, it has multiple plugs. I don't know if it's called an adapter, but it's when you stick it to the wall. And I'm able to go, at least 2 hours if we can. You just ask me questions and I'll answer. Rick James says, I'm surprised you're talking to Nicki and not the anniversary of John Lennon's death. Well, it's not on like I didn't really realize that it was John Lennon's passing on the if it was the if it was for individuals it usually comes on like the top of the decade, something like that. You know what I mean? Like 1980, 1990, 2000, 2010, 2020, something like that. Like the top of the decade. It's no disrespect against John Lennon, of course, but I didn't realize it, to be honest with you. I didn't see it, and I didn't hear it on the news or anything like that. So don't be surprised. I'm not saying that I had all the information and disregarded him or anything like that. I'm just saying I didn't come prepared to talk about John Lennon's death. But thank you for reminding me. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. So, we have Christmas upon us. So this is Christmas. Even John Lennon had a song called "War's Over," about Christmas being this time without any wars. Sadly, it hasn't come to fruition yet. We may get to that point, but we're not there yet. But one day we can see a Christmas without wars. Let's look forward to it. Okay, it's been 1 hour. All you got, Rick James, anybody else is in here that wants to be in here, come on with all the questions, everything you want to ask me, everything you want to know, implore. Open the floor to. So this is the irony. You tell me what's misspelled, but then you go ahead and misspell yourself. Super ironic. Rick James, you are not short on irony. Have you? You really can't see a song, but I've not heard the new Selena Gomez song either. He says, "Have you seen the new Selena's song?" Thoughts on chemical warfare? Very devastating. If necessary, they should be used against our enemy. Favorite Johnny Depp film? Ooh, that's a good question. Favorite Johnny Depp's film? He's got a record. He's got a definite body of work. Blow. Hell. Blow is my favorite Johnny Depp film. Excuse me. Are you going to see the new Timothy Chalamet Willy Wonka? I want to. You know, I'm glad that Johnny Depp, you know, he didn't do such a great job, but I respect him because he actually wanted to embody, you know, the idea of Willy Wonka and change his whole, you know, demeanor, you know, from that dour kind of cool, laid back, slick kind of guy, you know, from most of his movies. And he was like really high and hop and poppy and real energetic and, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, I have to give him respect for that. I was just gonna say it was. I think he based it in part on Michael Jackson, Wacko Jacker, and Mr. Understood. He's definitely Mr. Understood Genius. He definitely had genius, but I think he was understood. I think we understand him. I think we get the idea. We get it. Missionary or reverse cowgirl? For whom? Are you saying for the female or for me? For me, it's missionary. On a girl, on a female, of course, I'm saying. Did Michael Jackson sleep with the kids? I would say no. It's in the court saw twice that he didn't. So he definitely didn't. Without, you know, according to a court of law, he didn't sleep with the kids. I don't know too much about Corey Feldman. I can't talk too much about Corey Feldman. Can't speak on that. Is he one of your favorites? Is he the Sunglasses at Night singer? Is that the Corey? I know there's two Corys. That one died, and the other one's still around. I don't know if he was the one. His music might be greater than Michael Jackson's. Oh, let's slow it down now. Michael Jackson's music is completely, you know, surpasses most people in their entire catalog. One of his songs could be better than their entire catalog. So let's slow that down. Keep it coming, Rick James. I got time. I definitely got time now. So I'm gonna try to talk while he's getting his questions together. All right, how's Papa Saunders doing? He just stepped in for a little while. Said he was going, you know, to do his errands. He's doing well. Like I said, he decorated the house. Everything's looking spiritual, you know, spirited and bright. I'm just still not feeling the spirit. I'm still not feeling it. Still not. It's gotta be later on. Maybe later on this month. When are you writing your news story? I have plenty of stories. You have to go on to vocal.media, look up Skyler Saunders, and I have a plethora of stories. I write a story a day. Well, I excuse me, that may be misleading. I have written a story a day. I have it all. I have at least 365, a whole year's worth of stories that I'm currently unleashing. to the public for money. It's all about the money. It's all about the mother money. I don't know what does LIBK stand for. I'm missing something. I'm stupid. You have to remind me. You have to spell it out for me. What's LIBK? Oh, you mean link? You mean the link? Is that what you meant? LIBK? You meant link? I'm looking for it now. I'm looking for it right now. Here, here we go. All right. Okay, you're saying a lot. Wow. Wow. There you go. Check that out. There's a lot of things that I like about Christmas and I like about Thanksgiving. It's like, what are you thankful for in Thanksgiving, and what are you most happy about on Christmas? I like the fact that I have contacts. I don't have to wear goofy glasses. I don't care how cool and stylish you think your glasses are. They're goofy. They can be knocked off your face. You can't really run with them. You got to have a brain strap. It's all goofy. What's the plan for the rest of the night? Probably just watch movies and read my books and go to sleep. I might smoke a cigar. Abs call it a night. And then he says 4 eyes. Exactly. I'm 4 eyes. I was 4 eyes for a long time. And I still have backup glasses just in case my contacts go crazy. You can see there's one video I have with my glasses on. So I would say Back to the Future trilogy is completely, has too many problems. Godfather obviously has problems with the amount of violence, the amount of initiation of physical force, but I'm gonna go with the Godfather trilogy, and the fact that the third one wasn't up to par, but it's probably still better than most other people's movies. Even the third installment. Back to the Future is too goofy. They wanted to have him, essentially be with his mom, like on a romantic tip. Like that was real weird. That was that gave off some weird vibes. And they had to go to the West during the 1800s. They couldn't stay where they were because of slavery. I mean, there was slavery in the West, but it wasn't as pronounced as the South or in the North, the Northeast, or the Midwest. It's mainly concentrated in the South. It was, during that time period. So they had to say, because Back to the Future, you put black people in it, not just like the leader of the band, or something like that. They would have been in chains. I don't think that's true, Rick James. I'm gonna have to go back and confirm that, but I don't think that happened. Like they got so far and then they stopped or something like that. I don't see that as that happened. Or maybe it was a deleted scene. I would have to say it had to have been a deleted scene. Sweeney Todd, not really too familiar with it. Not familiar with Sweeney Todd. Next. I know was it the Barber of Seville or something like that? Was it the crazed Barber of Seville or something crazy? Lion King. Blew my mind. When I was a little kid, I was like, wow, Simba's daddy got killed. I hope I didn't spoil it for anybody. But that kind of messed with the demon barber of Fleet Street. Thank you. Thank you, Rick James. Appreciate that. The demon barber of Fleet Street. Yeah. I can go all day. I can go with questions or without questions. I can say, how are you smoking your Fonzie packs? Why are you saying Fonzie like he died? I don't understand this. What you're saying? Why am I saying I don't smoke? First of all, and I don't know why you're saying Fonzie. The actor who played him, I can't remember his name right now. I'll look it up real quick. Harry Winkler. I hope you're not talking about Harry Winkler. Because he's one of the great. You smoke the pack when they're dead. You don't smoke the pack when they're alive that I know of. I only hear people say, oh, I'm smoking that, Estelle Getty pack or something crazy. That B. Arthur pack, that Rue McClanahan, that Betty White pack, the Golden Girls packs. I don't know. But I think, okay, I'm going to go with their question. Oh, I thought it was a whenever you want to honor. It could be. I'm just going by what I have observed in the past few years. Are you still smoking the Matthew? I never smoked the Matthew Perry pack. He's a white man that died in America, made millions of dollars. He had a great life. He threw most of it away by being addicted to drugs and alcohol, I think, or at least drugs. And he couldn't cope with being someone that was in the spotlight with multi-millions in the bank. So can't really smoke a pack to him, even if I did smoke. I didn't smoke a Suzanne Summers pack. Another one. A woman, female white woman in America made millions of dollars. Can't cry for her or smoke a pack or anything. And I'm definitely not smoking. I'm not smoking anything. Were you sad when Jack Ritter died? I was kind of like, I was just taken aback because he was just like a good guy. He just seemed like an all around good person. So I was just taken aback a little bit. What was that, like almost 2 decades ago, something like that? Hold on. Yeah. He died on September 11, 2003. 20 years ago. He voiced Clifford. I didn't know that. That's interesting. All right, so I'm gonna just talk my talk. While you are all watching this, I'm going to make an effort next year to get better lighting, better, positioning, create a better standard for my own life and for my own business. Because this is a business. This isn't play time. I'm getting money. I'm tax free. They can't take this money. They can't even look at it. Cash App won't let them. So I appreciate Cash App. PayPal might be a little interesting. They might try to look at that. Like, oh, what's going on here? But I'll see what happens. When you were young, did you ever play Cowboys and Indians? Yeah. Well, we didn't really play Cowboys and Indians. We just called it guns. We just played guns. It was like hide and go seek, but it was like if you point at them and shoot them with guns, usually it wasn't even with water. You were dead. You died. Like, we just called it guns. We didn't say cowboys and Indians. We just said guns. So I'm gonna make an effort to create more money, more opportunities to get more money, because it's beautiful. This is nobody is in my ear. Nobody anymore. Mr. Troy Star Terrain, he was in my head. He was in my ear. He was like, you gotta, they want to see you, they want to hear your voice. And I was just like, all right, I'll do it. Let me try this out. And it's been working ever since. This is April 15th. This is tax day. I was the first show, on his platform, garnered 585 views. So I was very fortunate. Would you hike Mount Everest? No. I have no interest either. Tony Stark Terrain, not a fan of him, to be honest. Well, he's not everybody's cup of tea. He's definitely in my eyes one of the heroes in the media. My dad is my only hero, but I have many media heroes, from Toni Morrison, James Baldwin, Martin Scorsese, Wes Anderson, of course. Just to name a very few. But I don't know what you mean. Tony Stark Terrain. I don't even know. How do you get Troy Star Terrain into Tony Stark Terrain? It's not terrain, it's Torain, Train. The irony. He's correcting my spelling, which he was right. I didn't have it misspelled, but still. Favorite Scorsese movie. This is tough. This is a toughie. Goodfellas. Yeah. Goodfellas. So I'm really preparing to get more money and more money and more money, because that's what it's all about. It's not about love, and it's not even about hate. It's not even about relationships so much. It's about trading and getting paid. That's what it's all about. Getting as much money as you possibly can. Have you ever had interest in buying a My Pillow? No. I have a great bamboo pillow. It's excellent. So all these shows are all about money. Everything I do is all about money. Getting it, because nobody's gonna give it to you. You got to go out there and make it. Life is what you make it. That's a cliche, but it's true. That's why it's a cliche. Life is where you take it. Now that's interesting to say. Did you ever like the TV show Apprentice? No. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like the fact that they had to do all these, silly things. It was kind of like making the band without music. You know what I mean? So, and I couldn't stand that one black broad. I can't remember her name. It's something Anastasia, something. But she was like all on Trump's nutsack. Like, it was crazy. I don't have to look up her name. Let's see her name. Amarosa. Manigault Newman. Oh my God, she's horrible. Couldn't stand that broad. Thoughts on Gene Simmons? He just seems like a ball of energy, a ball of positivity. He seems like a truthful kind of guy. He is that kind of guy. He's still alive, but I hope he's in good health. I mean, he should be. He was like one of the health gurus and aerobics and physical activity, and hitting the gym and being in shape. Wait a minute. You're saying Gene? I'm thinking about Richard Simmons. That's funny. Gene Simmons of Kiss. Yes, of course. I think Gene Simmons is a great businessman more than anything. He may not be the best rocker, but he's definitely a great businessman. Thoughts on the final Kiss concert last week? I didn't see it. I didn't hear it, so I can't talk about it. But that's funny. I was thinking about Richard Simmons for some reason. Gene Simmons. There's too many Simmons. Russell Simmons, Gene Simmons, Richard Simmons, Earl Simmons. Rock and Power. So DMX. Why do you miss Richard Simmons? He's still alive. You can still see him. I guess he's on the internet somewhere. You don't have to say you miss him. Yeah, he's one of the best to ever do it. Yeah. I guess I saw Richard and then Simmons. I don't know. He's in hiding, sir. I don't know if he's in hiding. I just think he doesn't want to be in the. He's not hiding. He just doesn't want to be in the spotlight. I don't think that's really necessarily hiding. He's a good guy. Yeah, so that's my if you're going to be doing a resolution, my resolution is to get more money on this platform. I want to have at least $1,000 a day. See if that's possible. I want it to go to 160, and then I want it to go to 320, then 640, then 1280, and I'm gonna stop at 1280. I'm gonna see if I can get to that point of $1,280 a day. I want to see if that's possible. Every time I do a show, if I can get $1,280, that'd be cool. I've already surpassed 10, 20, 40, 80. Now I'm on 160. My next step is 320. Thoughts on the show Unwind with the Sweeties? I never heard of it. You know what? I'll do that. Let's see. Unwind with the Sweeties. Okay, this looks very creepy. This looks like it will give you nightmares. Oh my god, this looks horrible. Yeah, I'm not into this. You are into some really weird, goofy stuff. I have to say, my friend. Unwind with the Sweeties. Yeah, this is some creepy stuff. Yeah, Unwind with the Sweeties. That doesn't look like my taste. I don't think I would like that too much. I probably have nightmares. It looks like nightmare fuel. To be honest, TBH. Does it weigh your appetite to watch some more of it? No, it doesn't. Doesn't at all. So that's what I think I'll be able to do next year, 2024. 1280, and then if not 1280 a day. That's what I want to get to. I want to get to at least 1280 a day. And if it comes to a point where I have even more money, I want to raise the stakes and have more money come in, more than 1280 a day. Little Debbie or Hostess, either one. As long as it's sweet and tasty, I'll eat it. Probably I should say Drake. Drake. Or is it Drake's? I don't know if it's Drake or Drake's. Yeah, Drake snack cakes. COVID cakes and yodels. So, getting back to the money. It's all about. I'm only here for them. It's a money grab. That's all it is. But I put in the work. I research. I listen. I hear. I watch. It's not just a money grab. It's not just do anything to get money. Whatever. It doesn't matter. No, I strategically place myself in a position to get this money. That's what the whole idea is. That's what I've been able to do. That's what I've been focused on these past few months, is to get more money. I've been pretty consistent. I haven't missed a show, and I think 2 months. I think it's been 2 months since the last time I had a show that I missed. So and I appreciate everybody that stops by, everybody that checks in. I know Rick James is out here. He's on his lonely. He's the only one, putting in questions. I appreciate that. So it's just something, to ponder. 1280. Just I have to lock that into my mind and my sights. $1,280 a day. Every time I put on this different one. Salute to you, Rick James. I'm about to get out of here too. So respect. Thank you very much. And hey, it's been a great work week. I'll probably be here tomorrow, for a Saturday show. But I appreciate everybody that came through. And I'm looking for Heights Pledge. It's still not over yet. The week's not over yet. I'm looking for you, Height. So thank you very much, everybody who has ever supported me. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care.